everybody, my name is Simone and welcome to Simone's Bedtime Stories. Me and my pals are getting ready to sleep and we are going to hear a bedtime story. Hi Daddy, I'm ready.
Hi Simone, you're ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, alright, let's start. So, where are we in Mahabharat?
When it's almost they're starting the 13th year.
Mm-hmm.
And
So they're figuring out what their next course of action is. At the time there was a Brahman that came asking for help, and they went to help, and they meet this, Yaksha, and he asked questions, and Yudhishthira answered the questions, and all these brothers came back alive, right?
Yeah.
So so what it turned out that Yaksha is really god of death, Yama, and Yama said, hey, I recommend you guys go to King Vrata's kingdom and go there and live there incognito. That means in disguise. So you can successfully,
You told me that in the other video.
Exactly. So you can successfully, live your 13th year. I mean, these people are very worried because these Pandava brothers are men of word, right? Men of honor. They say something, they keep up. So that's what Duryodhana is counting. Duryodhana is thinking, hey, I have to make them keep their word, and they are good people and they'll keep their word. So if I, expose them, right? Duryodhana is going to do everything to expose them from their disguise on the 13th year, so that way, he can keep them away for 13 more years. He doesn't have to worry, and he can still be the king of Hastinapur and, do all the things that he wanted to do. So now, these guys...
Duryodhana is a very bad guy.
Yeah. And these guys, the Pandava brothers, they're going to King Vrata's kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
So there, Draupadi requests King Vrata to, hey, please, keep us here. And King Vrata doesn't know that these are Pandava brothers. They're just going in disguise and then asking for a job. Hey, just give us jobs and we'll do our work and we'll be here. Right. That's what they ask, and the King Vrata is, happy to give them a job. And Yudhishthira becomes, he's the smart guy, he's the guy with wisdom and experience and, strategy and all that. So he becomes one of the advisors of the king, right? And then Bhima becomes a chef. He becomes the chief chef for the entire king's palace.
Wait.
Bhima.
So he cooks?
He cooks, yes, he cooks.
Bhima's good at cooking? I thought he's gonna get a fighting job or something.
See, normally people that like delicious food are also good cooks. And Bhima likes delicious food, right?
Of course he does.
So he's a good cook too, right? And then Arjuna, remember Arjuna spent a lot of time in Indralok with this, lady called Urvashi, and he was cursed and he became eunuch. So at that time, he also learnt a lot of dancing and things like that. Arts, right? He learned dancing and singing and things like that. So he becomes the dance teacher and singing teacher for the princess. There is a princess called Uttara for King Vrata.
Prince?
Prince
Or like princess?
Princess, girl. Princess, yeah. Princess, girl. So Arjuna is, learned all these skills when he was in Indralok, and he is, leveraging those skills. He has become a dance teacher, arts teacher for this princess, daughter of King Vrata, and the queen's name is Sudeshana, right? So they become, that is the name of the queen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Arjuna becomes the dance teacher for the princess Uttara, who is the daughter of King Vrata and Sudeshana, Queen Sudeshana, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Arjuna becomes that, and then Nakula becomes the royal groom, and then I think it's some kind of a role within the king's court. It's a role, and then the Sahadeva becomes the royal cowherd.
What's a cowherd?
Cowherd is the guy, it's like cowboy. What do cowboys do?
They ride horses and herd cows?
Exactly. So like that he became the royal cowherd. Sahadeva. He herds cows on behalf of the king. So he herds all the king's cows. That's what he does, right? So they're all, and Draupadi becomes the maid for Queen Sudeshana.
What is that mean?
That means, she'll help out the queen in everything she wants. So the queen will be the master of the, palace, master of everything.
I thought the king is the master of the palace.
the king is the master of the country. So the king is the leader of the country. King's job is to make sure administratively everything happens. There are no thieves in the country. There are no bad people.
There are problems.
There are no problems. There is proper systems in place. So farmers get their water.
And all of that.
Exactly, the merchants buy the rice from the farmers and sell it to the market. So the king's job is to make sure all those things happen correctly, right? That's what king's job is. And the king needs to rule the country in a righteous manner, so everybody lives happily, right? And the king's job is also protect people from other enemy countries, enemies that might conquer or try to conquer the country and things like that. So that's what the king does. Whereas the queen is supporting king in all the making sure the palace is nice and clean, food is cooked for everyone, taking care of all the people, things like that. That's what the queen does. But the queen doesn't, queen will of course officially sit in the throne right next to the, not to the throne, right next to the king in the court and all that. But she also has a role, and Draupadi is like an assistant to this queen. That's where Draupadi takes up this role, and they have to somehow survive for 1 year. In this 13th year, they have to somehow live like this for 1 year, and so they can fulfill the promise they made to Duryodhana, right? Or Duryodhana cheated them and made them agree to this deal. What was the deal?
That they, on the 13th year, they had to disguise themselves, and if they couldn't, then they had to go in exile again. But if they did, then that's gonna...
They can get back their palace, they can get back everything. But Duryodhana is going to do everything to do what? Duryodhana is going to do everything to expose these people, right? What is his goal?
Get them back on...
Get them back on exile for 13 more years, right?
And then if they don't disguise themselves for 13 years, they're going back into exile.
Exactly. That was his plan. That was his master plan. So if I, every 13th year, I'll go and, send my army, send my spies, send all the power within my reach and expose them, expose their disguise and tell them, hey, you failed, you did not disguise properly, so go back and continue your 13 more years. That's what Duryodhana's plan is, right? So he is also meanwhile, searching for all these Pandava brothers in the attempt to expose them. So these people are living in King Virata's kingdom, so things are going well, for them. What are the roles that they've taken up? What is Yudhishthira doing?
He's the advisor.
He's the advisor to the king. And then what is Bhima doing?
He's a cook.
Okay, what is Arjuna doing? What did he learn when he was in the heaven?
He's a dance teacher.
Dance and singing teacher, arts teacher for the princess. Yeah.
And this Nakula was...
what is he doing? He's the royal groom.
Royal groom.
And who is the other one?
Sahadeva was the cowherd.
Royal cowherd. And what is Draupadi doing?
She's this helper for the queen.
Helper for the queen. So that's what they're doing, right? So they're living here, and then meanwhile there is this queen, Sudeshana, has an evil brother. And this guy's name is Kilchak. Kilchak. And he, he doesn't know, right? He doesn't know that these are 5 brothers, Pandava brothers, and Draupadi is married to all the 5 brothers. And he looks at Draupadi and he likes Draupadi so much and he wants to marry Draupadi. Kilchak, right? He wants to marry Draupadi, but Draupadi is already married to these 4-5 people, and she cannot tell everyone that, hey, I'm married and we have this, we are a family and all that, right? Because they are disguising and living. They are not supposed to tell all that. So this Kilchak, wants to, marry Draupadi, and he is after her. And one day, Kilchak is planning to get into, Draupadi's quarters where she is staying and, take her in the night. And Draupadi hears about that plan. Oh my God, this Kilchak, everything is going well. I was hoping we'll somehow finish this 13th year and, we'll be done with this whole, exile thing, and we can go back to our palace and live there. She is like so glad all this is going well, and finally this Kilchak shows up and, it looks like he's going to, mess up everything. He's going to, expose them, and he's going to do all that. So now, she tells Bhima, who's the most, powerful guy from a muscular, physical strength perspective.
Muscular percent.
Who is that?
Bhima.
Bhima. So she calls Bhima and tells, hey, Bhima, this guy is bothering me. Please help me. So she tells him also the plan. This Kilchak is planning to come into my quarters in the middle of the night and take me away and go somewhere. So please come and help me. So Bhima, what Bhima does, Bhima, okay, let's do this. You don't stay in your quarters. You go and stay in some other place with one of your friends. I will sleep in place, in your bed, and then when he comes, I will fight and kill him. So Bhima goes there and then, lies as if he's Draupadi, and Kircha comes, oh, who's seeing Bhima in the bed? And, they have a fierce fight there. He's funny, right? So they have this fierce fight, and Bhima kills Kirchak because he was going to do bad things. And then Bhima disappears. Bhima goes away and becomes a cook, and Draupadi gets up in the morning and she is scared to see this dead guy Kirchak lying in her quarters, and she calls the queen Sudeshana and tells Sudeshana, hey, what happened? Kirchak came into my quarters last night and he was trying to take me away, and someone came and saved me, and he died. And Sudeshana apologized to Draupadi. Oh, Draupadi, I'm sorry this happened. I don't know what happened. So finally you're safe. And this Kirchak is supposedly an evil guy. So everybody's glad that he got killed. And
Kirchak, Bhima.
Kirchak comes in looking for Draupadi, and it turns out it's really Bhima that's lying there. Right?
Yeah.
So funny, yeah.
So what happens after?
Yeah, so Kirchak dies, and then they continue to live happily. Meanwhile, Duryodhana is searching for these people, and let's stop here, and then we'll continue the next episode.
Okay, bye everybody. I hope you enjoyed my story, and don't forget, you can always listen to more.